This episode is brought to you by your favorite property agent, Ainon Talib.
Ainon is committed to providing personalized service that meets your unique needs.
Whether you're buying, selling or investing, Ainon's expertise ensures a smooth and successful experience.
Call 98592345 to book a consultation now. Ainon Talib.
Eyes on property.
Salam Sis.
Surya sini.
Zakia still here.
And I'm Ustazah Syariati.
And we still have
Syai.
Yeah.
Kita cakap dengan Syai tunggu hari Rabu baru balik.
Yes, tak
Kita
boleh balik.
tinggalkan dia dekat sini. Kita tangkap.
Apa ni tangkap orang.
Okay, so today kita actually kita nak baca email from one of our sisters, and we decided that Syai can give also valuable input lah, insyaAllah, because she's also a sis and a mom and a wife and like handling a lot of things
A
also.
daughter-in-law, a career woman.
Yes. So kita nak simpan dia kat sini for our girl talk lah.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll read the email for all of you. Okay, this is the first time everyone is listening to the email. So here we go, okay? Salam sisters.
Salam sis.
Kena reply. Yes. Please keep this post anonymous. It's a long post, okay, so you all bear with us. We seek your patience. Okay. There are many scenarios and circumstances to a story, but I hope to be able to gain some motivation to keep going. Allow me to begin with, what's your individual take on having mother-in-law permanently 24/7 staying with your family in the same household in your house? Itu
Okay.
soalan nombor 1.
Okay. Boleh jawab ke tak boleh?
Boleh jawab.
Okay.
Sila jawab.
Okay, kita dengar daripada Zakia lah.
Kenapa?
What is your take on having a mother-in-law staying with you 24/7 in your house? Permanent resident dalam rumah you.
First and foremost, memang my mother-in-law memang tinggal dalam rumah for already 17 years.
Wow, Masya Allah.
Dia
Is it
equal to the
sejak you kahwin?
Sejak I kahwin dari hari pertama
Wow.
sampai sekarang.
Masya Allah, may Allah reward you.
Amin.
Allahumma amin. So, benda ni is taboo topic lah. Basically, orang selalu akan ingat yang duduk dengan mak mentua ni is of course susah lah. Baru-baru bila kita nak adapt with one another pun susah. Tapi somehow, somewhere for me, boleh tak boleh I make it work. Because kalau I tak make it work, it will sour the whole relationship. I pun tak nak dia bergaduh dengan anak. Then dia rasa yang kita ni derhaka. Kalau kita derhaka, kita pun tak ada keberkatan hidup. So I always feel like that. And every time bedek lah kalau cakap tak ada masalah. Dia pun mesti ada masalah dengan I pun mesti ada masalah dengan dia. Tapi bila kita ada masalah tu, kita try not to share it too much with others, because inputs and asutan is the biggest syaitan. So dulu kalau I bilang-bilang dengan my parents, macam of course I akan bilang lah dengan my mom, you know, my mother-in-law macam gini, what is expected of a daughter-in-law and all that. My mother tak pernah asut. My mother will always suruh I sabar. Cakap sabar je. InsyaAllah dalam jaga orang tua ni ada rezeki, ada keberkatannya. So I sabar je. Tapi of course I ada bilang my husband lah all the unhappiness, apa-apa. I rant dengan dia. Dia pun kesian jugalah. Dia pun nak dengar cakap mak, nak dengar cakap isteri. Dia orang tengah yang berat jugalah. But he is quite fair lah. He's quite adil. So I banyakkan bersabar lah. Dua-dua pihak bersabar. Mak mentua sabar, daughter-in-law sabar.
Alright.
Kalau boleh sabar. Kalau dia dah kacau you punya mental health, then you nak kena really sit down and talk lah. You kena ulas balik lah. Tu I punya input lah.
Alright. Okay, we go to Syai. What do you think?
Well, I think bila the person asks the question, you must come back to the question as is this a necessity for that scenario to take place? If it is something yang memang kena because there's no one to jaga, then I don't think there's an issue. You know, so it shouldn't be macam boleh ke tak boleh, or whether it's good or not good. It really depends on every individual family. Like would you want to just biarlah letaklah kat rumah siapa-siapa setakat because cannot, because family must have their own time. then something is not right lah, you know. Like what she mentioned, maybe there's a reason why the mother-in-law has to stay there in the first place. Problems or not is something else altogether. You know? Yeah.
Depends lah. Depends on the situation. What about you?
For me, I selalu fikir pasal I dulu baru-baru kahwin, I tinggal dengan my mother-in-law. So I fikir kalau dia satu hari kena tinggal dengan I, I'm okay lah. Because I dah pernah menyusahkan dia duduk dekat rumah dia.
Ya,
Dia jaga I.
memang susah Susah nak duduk
Bukan senang nak jaga.
Dah masakkan you semua.
jaga
I
Suria.
Kurang ni.
I beranak pun both she jaga.
Alhamdulillah.
Not my mother. My mother jagalah, but then I tak boleh stay with her. So the first one I duduk dengan my mother-in-law. So I nampak dia struggle, and if one day dia or my mother have to stay with me, I'm okay lah. As long as to me macam dia tak kacau teruk-teruk mental you, then I'm okay lah.
But you're right, you know, when she mentioned about how sebelum tu she stays the mother-in-law. I mean, ultimately our husbands have stayed with
Their
their mothers,
Betul.
you know.
Itu
So
mak
this
husband
is,
kita.
So if this is the reverse and it's within your means to do it, I don't think it's an issue.
Okay. Now the story here is, she says, I am a full-time working mother with young school-going children. The mother-in-law has been staying with us ever since we had our matrimonial home about 9 years ago. As much as I understand and acknowledge the Islamic benefits of having a parent staying with us, she is different and difficult. Astaghfirullahalazim. May God forgive me for saying this. Emoji cry. Okay, I get it lah, because you macam conflicted. You know that it is ada
Good.
benefit, ada berkat and all, but at the same time she's difficult.
accept.
So you rasa bersalah that you are saying this lah. I also recognise that I may be her or even worse when I'm older. Wallahualam. So kita belum tua, kita tak tahu kita nanti tua macam mana. It is even harder to convey to the husband, as sometimes he is put in a sandwich position, and that is the last thing I want to happen. So dia tak nak husband dia tersepit lah. I've been swallowing so much of her actions over the years that I feel like running away from my own home recently. I cannot send her away because my husband is the only son, and bluntly put, orang semua kata dia punya tanggungjawab after the father passes on. What about the other siblings? They are non-existent for now with their own family life. So semua buat hal sendiri. Everyone is expecting her husband to jaga mak sendiri.
Because he's the only son kan tadi dia cakap.
Yep.
So the rest daughters lah.
Daughter. So normally daughter
He's the only son.
There's this
Mesti
Boleh
kena
discuss
jaga.
lah. Boleh discuss.
Semua cakap anak lelaki kena jaga mak bapak. You know, it's always
tanggungan
that
dia
like
on
macam perempuan kena ada suami, you know, all this lah. So it is upon her husband to jaga mak dia, and nobody else is chipping in to help out lah. Okay, so
Berat.
Berat. So okay, she continues to say that she has poor hygiene, and dia dah reda dengan mak mertua dia macam tu. She refused. Kenapa you ketawa?
Tengah imagining.
Sorry.
Apa yang imagine? Minta maaf sis. Kita punya reaction. Zakia ada ketawa. I tak tahu kenapa.
dia imagine.
I selalu suka imagine
Okay,
benda-benda baik-baik.
imagine.
Imagine je mak mentua dia macam lah tak mandi. Duduk gini-gini.
Macam rambut tengah apa tak tahu.
Tak berus gigi makan.
Dulu kita kecil-kecil macam gitu tau.
Imagine lah. Tu pasal kadang-kadang dah tua dia jadi
You
macam.
kecil-kecil macam gitu
Tak lah, at least saya ikat rambut.
Sorry. Zakia punya coping mechanism is like that. She imagine funny things.
Astaghfirullahalazim.
Okay, continue.
So dia cakap her mother-in-law has poor hygiene.
Okay.
And dia dah reda dengan perkara tu. She refused to open her bedroom window, and her whole room smells stale, macam terperap. And she reda also. She cut her hair in her room.
Aduh.
And leave tiny bits of hair on the floor, floor and pillow. I tengah nak emosikan cerita ni. Astaghfirullah. Okay, she cuts her hair in her room and
On
leaves
the floor.
tiny bits of hair on the floor and pillow.
I terasa tau, my hair pun sometimes on the floor.
Itu gugur lah kan.
Yalah.
Okay, so she also reda. Okay, tak apa. Ini dia dah terima.
Banyak keredaan.
She is spendthrift, boros, and she likes to buy too much food. Okay, and I know my husband has to bear her expenses eventually when her savings or CPF is wiped out and will affect my family's finances. Pasal husband dia kena tanggung, right? Itu pun dia reda. Okay, dah terima. She doesn't care for her health and she refused to go for appointment. Okay, tak nak pergi doktor semua pun dia reda. Right, then she was caught on CCTV a couple of times calling my children names like stupid, deaf and such when she was at work.
Alamak.
Okay, when this our sister ni dekat kerja, dia tengok CCTV, dia dengar mak mertua dia panggil anak all this name calling, and while she was at work and she just swallowed. Okay, recently she peed in the same bathroom that my daughter was in. Means
Ya
anak dia kat dalam toilet,
Tak tahan.
nenek masuk untuk buang air kecil while daughter was in the toilet. Why can't she wait? Is it urgent? Use the master bedroom toilet.
Oh, ada toilet lain available then mestilah.
Dia awkward tak nak masuk.
So dia cakap,
awkward.
is it segan? It's not like she has never.
Oh.
So
Dah
pernah.
biasa.
And we are not home for her to ask if need be. She no need to do anything in the house also. No need to cook, no need to do chores, no need to babysit the children. Okay, tak payah. Every time we try to convey a message to her, she either deny, she says kita buat fitnah, or she got other excuses for her actions. Even to use sentence like, I am your mother to the husband. Aku ni mak kau. I'm your using the mother punya authority
Card lah.
card lah, mother card Whatever we do for her feels unappreciated because at the end of it all, she always look for her other children.
Alah.
Anak
Masih ada lagi lah anak-anak
ada,
yang
ada.
ada cakap macam non-existent tu macam as though they
non-existent
don't
means
care.
they just are
Tak chip
living
in duit aja. Lain semua exist.
They are living their own life with their own families. But her husband is the only son, and that's why orang semua kata it's his responsibility to jaga mak. Okay, so she looks for her other children despite so many times they failed her. So yang boleh harap actually is the son
Suami dia lah.
Yes. I cannot deny the fact that I'm upset and disappointed. None of her children has as many kids as us, but yet they all care about their own family life. All they care about is their own family life. Sometimes they think they know their mother, but you know for a fact that she is not like what they assume her to be because we live with her. Diorang yang tahu mak diorang sebenarnya
Yelah, dah
macam
tinggal
mana.
serumah baru tahu.
They care about their in-laws' feelings as if my husband doesn't have in-law. Nak jaga hati in-law, okay? As though husband tak ada in-law. Mak dia ada. This lady, mak dia masih ada. And I forgot, my 70-year-old working mother is independent and capable of living on her own. Her own mother is 70 years old. Okay, working and taking care of herself. Masya Allah, Alhamdulillah, dia kata. If they think she is much happier being with them and their respective family, why not take over the duties? Ambil lah, jaga
Kasihlah
lah mak.
seminggu kan.
Macam tidur-tidur pun boleh
So,
rotate,
yeah.
tukar angin.
So according to her, it should be a shared responsibility from the
Betul.
start. Okay. The husband tries his best to address the issues, but sometimes she understands that he has also to keep quiet about certain things because he doesn't want to be derhaka. Nanti kena label derhaka, aku mak kau. Okay. And some cases, it will end up in exchange of words because of temper lah, naik darah because of her responses. As much as I choose my battles in life, this one I don't know how long I can tahan and how to tahan. I keep reminding myself to do it for Allah Ta'ala and syurga, but sometimes it's just so hard.
Manusia biasa kan.
My own family tells me to sabar and remember akhirat. Baiklah family dia. Sabar and ingat akhirat, but the fact that I'm going through this daily is difficult.
Stress lah.
I feel so insecure knowing that my children are at home with her and my helper whenever I'm at work. And it has come to the point that I want my children and I out of the house, away from her. Perhaps a word or two from you sisters to keep me going. Shukran for addressing this matter. Love, a fan of Salam Sis.
Oh, thank you. I really feel yang kesian dia is budak-budak. I rasa the mother bila dah cakap macam itu, kalau I kat kerja pun I stress dengan anak I kena panggil.
I tak boleh orang
names.
use negative name calling to my
Correct.
children like bodoh, pekak, all
Nak
this.
marah-marah je tapi tak payah panggil macam itu.
Yeah.
Pergi toilet ke apa ke, okey lah, boleh anggap dia dah tua lah.
Tak tahan.
Nak pergi toilet tak tahan, lupa ke apa, paisi ke tiba-tiba nak masuk master bedroom. Tapi again, this kind of situation I rasa you tak tinggal, anak-anak yang lain tak tinggal dengan mak dia. Jadi yalah, of course bau wangi lah. Semua apa mak dia cakap pun kira yang lain
betul.
semua macam
Mak betul.
mak asal kakak tu mengada-ngada lah tu macam gitu kan. Orang boleh cakap macam gitu. Sebab you tak tinggal dengan dia.
Sebab tu orang selalu cakap anak yang jaga mak bapak ni paling banyak dosa tau.
Yes, betul.
So sorry about that.
Paling banyak dosa.
Kesian lah.
Pasal you kena tahan, you cannot say. Dia kalau cakap nanti
Tapi you pun kena
tegur kan?
kurang ajar. I mean like
because we are only human, right? I
kadang
mean,
kita naik angin pun kita cakap apa ni, bukan macam gini apa, dah tahu kan. Kita cakap gitu pun dia tersinggung. Kita dah kurang ajar.
Kadang-kadang mengadu dekat anak-anak lain. Abang kau jaga aku macam tak ingat aku ni mak dia. You know sometimes
Dengar cakap bini dia.
Sayang sangat. You know this type of comments to the other siblings that make the siblings think that you are not doing a good job.
Yes. And you try To me, you really have to talk to your other siblings The father, I mean the son should really talk to the mother, cakap okay lah, maybe we can try this lah. Sekali-sekala diorang also ambil. You tak payah ambil sampai 1 minggu pun. You ambil 3 hari ke,
Weekend ke
School holidays. Yes.
You pergi holiday, you cakap you all tengokkan mak. I
kasih
think
some breather lah
correct.
kasih diorang rasa jugalah. I mean not kasih diorang rasa in a bad way. Kasih diorang rasa
Share
the
the responsibility. I feel like maybe she has said this also all to her husband before because she knows that it should be a shared responsibility. I rasa dia dah pernah cakap dengan husband dia. But because orang lain yang bebankan this, engkau anak lelaki, memang tanggungjawab engkau jaga mak. Bapak dah tak ada. You have to take care of your mother. So I think what she is seeking is for us to give her some kata-kata motivasi lah.
Correct. I don't think
Semangat.
she needs a solution.
Yes.
Because to her this is already dead end. I'm
Yeah,
accepting
no
it.
choice. Memang dia kena jaga. Dia kena tahan dengan a lot of things that she listed. Dia kata dia dah reda lah mak mertua dia potong rambut kat dalam bilik, rambut bersepah, not hygienic, calling names, tak bayar buat kerja apa-apa, spending money that will eat into their own family savings kan. Satu hari nanti when she finish off her CPF, dah asyik keluarkan duit, semua dah habis, the responsibility of taking care of the mother is still husband dia. Kena jaga, kena provide. So itu semua dia kata dia dah reda. But it's the the name calling and the threaten, jangan derhaka aku mak kau.
I rasa macam dia nak kena duduk berbual bersemuka dengan mak mentua dia, betul-betul berbual woman to woman talk.
That's what you would do?
Yep. Kira macam suami ada tapi suami don't utter a word lah. You just dengar je, you diam because I tak nak you kurang ajar. Tapi mak, these are the issues yang I betul-betul tak boleh tahan dengan you. As much as I nak jaga you sebagai orang tua, I hormat you. Tapi these are the things yang I tak suka. And for all the names calling, ini anak I. Dia cucu you, yes. Tapi I seorang ibu. I tak boleh dengar orang hina anak I. Mak nak tengok macam mana I tahu. I ada CCTV tau. This is bukti. Cakap sebab dia suka deny kan.
Kalau
Tunjuk dia.
kau jangan kurang ajar dengan aku mak kau tau.
Tetap boleh cakap balik. I mean like you don't cakap in a rude tone. Maybe you boleh cakap in a
tak
very
kurang
serious.
ajar, mak.
I tak kurang ajar. Cuma you kena hormat I juga sebagai tuan rumah dalam rumah ni. I mean like this is anak you. Yes, you dengan dia punya relationship I tak boleh kacau. Tapi I sebagai menantu, I also ada say dalam rumah ni because I tuan rumah ni juga. I mean like in Islam, kita pun kena hormat tuan rumah tu punya style and you are still someone that is not the tuan rumah, you see. So sebagai seorang mak bapak yang you duduk dengan anak, you pun kena main peranan sebagai seorang yang duduk rumah orang. You tak boleh buat suka hati. Unless you yang tanggung anak tu punya family. You yang ulur every month, kena ni 5,000 mak duduk
Wow.
sini. Korang barulah kau macam I mean like orang pun macam paisi lah, dia kasih duit gini-gini.
More tolerant.
Tapi kalau mak tu duduk, mak tu macam dah level pengotor tu is tak boleh angkat. Because it's too much.
Tak boleh buka tingkap.
Tak boleh buka
Aduh.
tingkap. Lepas tu rumah tu I mean like there's helper also. She provides a helper. So means helper tu boleh masuk bilik tu bersihkan kalau si orang tua ni tak degil. Tapi kalau dia dah degil, you nak kena cakap lah.
I think by her not talking to the mother, maybe all this while from what I gather, she's been asking the husband to speak to the mother. Lepas mak dia cakap, I think that's a good move. Because if she starts saying all these things, it will make the war now bigger between dia dengan husband dia.
Bini kau kurang ajar
Correct. I think
Sometimes
whatever
it could
problems,
be, because she did say that she's different and she's difficult.
Correct.
She's a difficult parent.
And hearing from the way the mother is very defensive, they have to really speak to her from a place of love. Dia tak boleh, I don't think she's the kind yang cakap, I dah nampak CCTV, you buat gini-gini, cannot. It clashes. So I don't know whether she can, if she betul dah reda or she said is she able to approach it from the place of love to win her over?
Ataupun anak dia yang kesayangan tu cakapkan lah.
Yeah, correct.
Mak,
So
bilik
from a
mak
very,
sekali-sekala kita sebulan sekali kemas boleh tak mak?
macam correct, without scolding, without highlighting
Kita
whatever.
nak tukarkan
macam,
cadar mak, nak tukarkan
correct.
langsir.
Kita cakap, kita dah ada, maybe every Saturday kita take turns. Saturday ni memang untuk bilik mak aje. Maid ni untuk mak aje. That kind of thing, like win her over. I don't know if it works. It might. Sometimes orang tua ni just want to feel that tak nak rasa diri tu macam menyusahkan. So to her macam, it's okay, don't touch my things. But it's okay, memang Saturday ni is just for you because we are going out. We don't need the helper. You can ask her to do whatever you want. Try and see whether reverse psychology from that kind of
Tapi
something
jangan
might
dia
work.
kenyamkan si helper pula lah.
Dan tu tak tahulah. Tapi at least dapat bilik bersih. Rambut tak ada kat pillow
Ya,
dengan
tapi
floor.
tak, bau pun tak boleh sih. Macam kesian lah.
Hygiene budak-budak tu nak pergi sekolah kan sakit semua nanti.
The mother also pun boleh sakit dulu kat dalam bilik macam itu.
But she did say she didn't care about her health.
She
kan?
doesn't
Tak nak
care.
pergi
Tak
mall.
nak pergi appointment. Yeah, correct.
Another thing is like she mentioned, speak to the siblings.
Yeah.
If the husband cannot speak to the siblings because they are girls kan, macam dia cakap, abang gini, you speak as sister-in-law.
Macam boleh tak message macam
let's go out for coffee. I need to tell you my husband is stressed or something. I need to talk to you guys about something.
if your relationship is good with your sister-in-laws.
Sometimes bila you jadi kakak ipar, yang lain semua daughter.
I'm not sure tau
Yeah, we
if
don't
dia
know.
kakak ipar
It's
ke
just because
dia
the
Kakak
son
ipar.
adik.
But dia the only
Tak, I
son.
mean like dia seorang in-law perempuan lain semua
Yeah.
versus the girls.
Tu
It's
susah
not easy,
tau.
you
It's
know.
not easy. Correct.
Itu sangat-sangat
So
susah.
I think
Sangat
she's
susah.
dealing with a lot lah. She's
Yeah.
the sister-in-law, the only one not the sisters.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got the sisters and you are the sister-in-law, tahu. And then you jaga mak and what they see is macam as though macam gini pun korang nak berkira, korang nak, kita pun ada in-laws and all, forgetting that she still has a mother.
Correct.
That her husband still have mother-in-law yang kena tengok-tengokkan juga. She's 70 over years old. Masih kerja and taking care of herself. So I get a sense that she is sometimes hurt lah because she is opening her home to house her mother-in-law and it's not easy for her to do this, sedangkan mak dia sendiri tinggal seorang.
You're right.
It's hurtful because you are sacrificing a lot. Even your children have to adapt and adjust to nenek macam ni.
A hostile environment.
Hostile.
Correct.
Okay. You want to be hygienic, ada helper and all, tapi nenek macam ni. So it feels, I get a sense that she feels that this is extremely difficult because I want to raise my family a certain way. Okay, anak-anak kita nak jaga dengan baik, bersih. I'm working. We are both working because one fine day, the cost of taking care of an aging parent will fall on us. Kita kena tampung. Anak tengah kecil, going to school. We need finances for that. We need finances for helper. We need finances just in case satu hari dia dah tak ada duit. Kita kena tanggung dia. Because yang lain semua macam la. We got our own family. We are happy and all that. So dia sekarang ni she knows.
But my advice about that would be, don't worry about things that has not come yet. Because you already have enough on your plate.
Correct.
And you will never know if because of whatever you're doing now will be better for you in the future. Correct.
InsyaAllah.
So just do what is within your control and do not worry about things that's out of your control.
Yeah.
If she keep worry about things yang akan jadi because this might lead to that, there's never ending to it.
Correct.
There'll be so many things that you're going to be afraid of, Nanti anak dia sakit macam mana, kalau anak dia masuk bilik tu macam mana. Things yang belum happen, just leave it.
Correct.
So what can we control? Maybe for you, set certain boundaries, certain timing. Is it possible for your kids to, go, like you say, send to student care or
Student
something
care,
like just away so that they have their own time, their own space.
Yeah.
Or speak to the siblings to take her out, bring her out to jalan-jalan. Mak pergilah rumah ni, enjoy, certain days.
Certain days.
I mean, you
Kasih
need,
diorang break lah. Kasih this family a break
I
jugalah.
believe that
Set
she
boundaries,
needs a
I think.
break
Correct.
with her husband also.
Yeah.
Jadi
Yeah.
it's not always tension,
Yeah, right.
in the house when she cannot take it already. Macam kan dia cakap dia tak tahu dia kena tahan and berapa lama lagi dia boleh tahan this perangai and this situation at home. Sometimes she feels like she wants to run away.
Because tak boleh ada dua queen lah dalam rumah. There's always one queen. Tapi kalau mak mentua ada, she's also a queen. So
She wants to do things her way, kan?
Habis you pula nak kena dengar because suami memang kan. Dia boleh je marah anak dia. Habis you pula nak membalas pun susah juga. So sefahaman tu important lah. I mean like suami dia pun kesian lah actually. Suami dia nak kena balance dua-dua
I
side.
wonder whether she actually say all these things to the husband. I mean,
One thing I agree, macam dia pasal dia nak motivation kan. I think one of the things is like what you said, just work on what you can control at the
Correct.
moment and see if you can adjust certain things to. Maybe one of the things is to keep the children away from the grandma while you are not around. Mungkin for now, because balik sekolah, balik rumah, maybe now can consider student care where it's a healthier environment for the children. Then bila dia balik dekat rumah, she's more in control of the situation at home. Budak-budak nak duduk mana ke, nenek kat sini, okay, nenek kat sini jangan kacau nenek. You all play inside the room. So that there are
certain
things,
boundaries,
yes,
certain spaces that's protected for the kids. Just
Ataupun hantar mak dia pergi daycare. Semua orang duduk kat rumah, mak dia pergi daycare macam
Ada
I don't
kawan-kawan
think she
lah.
wants.
but there is a stigma, about sending parents
Yes,
over for
Daycare.
their
actually it's a lot of activities for them. It's
Fun
good for
tau.
their, it's
Yeah.
good for their
Yeah.
mind. It's good for them to have friends. But kalau
But if the
doktor
mother
pun
tak nak pergi appointment, you're right.
susah.
Apa
Takkan.
lagi, kau nak buang aku pergi rumah tumpang, and this kind of things can happen.
Another thing is I think they should have time out as a family. Macam pergi holiday.
Pergi makan dinner pun boleh. Macam certain
Keluar.
nights out, makan luar.
If that is okay lah. So mungkin bila diorang keluar ataupun ajak mak mertua keluar, helper kat rumah kan, okay, buka tingkap dia. I don't know if that's possible or not. I'm sure for 9 years she must have tried to figure out how do I live with this kan.
Correct. Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's something that her mother-in-law is willing to do, macam tinggalkan keluar rumah ke. I'm not sure exactly how the mother-in-law is, but like for now memang satu tu as what her family says lah, sabar and think of akhirat, macam fikir kebaikan yang boleh datang daripada this pengorbanan. Number 2 is to not think so much of the future, what will happen if her savings deplete, what will happen this, what will happen that, because belum jadi. Kita pun tak tahu usia dia panjang umur ke, ataupun tiba-tiba anak perempuan nak jaga ke, atau dia sendiri voice out, aku dah tak nak tinggal kau lagi, aku nak tinggal dengan yang lagi satu. Maybe, we don't know. And I rasa memang solution kita nak bagi pun kita tak boleh bagi. Because we
Kita
don't,
cuma boleh kasih advice sajalah. I mean like how you
kata-kata
nak
semangat.
control, how you nak control yourself lah bila you tengah down. What you can also kira gather from this situation is that you can always fikir in the future anak-anak you akan tengok yang you pernah jaga mak mertua yang
betul.
susah nak dijaga, and also I feel that your children actually terpilih untuk ada dalam situasi yang susah macam gini, so that nanti bila dia keluar kat dunia luar tu lagi susah. So this is the thing yang maybe you boleh macam okay lah, tak apalah, ni at least mak mertua aku, so I can just you educate your child lah, macam this is your mother, your orang tua, maybe dia dah tua, certain things orang tak jaga, memang tak control. So these are the things yang you boleh cakap je lah.
one of the things that sometimes when I experience being around old people, kadang-kadang memang diorang berserak tau. Kadang-kadang diorang memang berserak. Like kalau you buat kopi, kopi tu tuang kat dalam cawan. Tapi kalau orang tua tuang, kadang-kadang bersepah.
That's like my late dad.
Bersepah.
Semua benda mesti akan tumpah.
Agaknya tak nampak agaknya.
I don't think diorang sengaja nak
Betul.
berserak.
Bergeletar atau tak nampak.
Yes, they cannot see and their senses already not as sharp as us. Itu salah satu benda yang I tell myself so I don't go crazy when I see macam ini berkecah lah, ini kotor lah, ini. Their senses are reducing already. Diorang dah penglihatan dah kurang. Mungkin bau pun pada kita, bau apa ni? Diorang tak bau. Okay, makanan pun apasal masin, mi soto taruh gula. Why is it so weird? Macam kari perai lemon, all these things to us. To us, apa ni? But maybe because
Mi soto taruh gula?
Ya, betul.
Tak salah.
Kari taruh lemon.
Bukan salah. Pasal dia tak rasa.
Tak rasa.
Oh.
You see, it's not because they purposely want to mess up the dish or they lupa. It's they don't taste. They cannot taste anymore. So, diorang modifiedkan benda tu sampai they can taste something.
Oh, patutlah bapa ayah apa-apa masak garam
Tambah.
tawa ni, tawa.
Semua benda.
Tuang agaknya.
Yeah. So I think to soothe our heart also lah. Memang dia dah tua.
Yeah.
Okay, they are less in control of what they are like. Diorang dah tak boleh ubah. Kita masih boleh berubah.
You're right.
Kita masih boleh control kita punya responses. Like you say, kita na'uzubillah, kita tak nak jadi tua macam tu. So in this moment, we try to find solution for ourselves. Jadi kita prepare for our aging process nanti. Okay, one day I'm going to be old. One day I might have children-in-law. Aku nak jadi mak mertua yang macam mana. Kita tengok orang tua sekarang, kita buat pengajaran untuk diri kita nanti.
Tak tahu nanti kita remember
kita
ke
tak
tak?
tahu.
Kena take note.
Yeah.
Kalau dah kena lupa-lupa,
So
dah habis note kita.
Yeah. Some things memang kita memang ya Allah.
Pick your battles, I think.
Kuatkanlah. You know that we cannot cover everything. Kita tak boleh be there with our kids 24/7. Kalau CCTV tu pun ada benda tak ada pun dekat CCTV. Kita tak boleh nampak tau. So some things are really beyond our control. Kita just kena serah pada Allah. Memang like you say, Allah has his reasons. Kenapa you terpilih untuk live with your mother-in-law for 9 years already. But know that they are old and they are not having an easy time either. Itu yang I tell myself also. To us it's difficult. To them also it might be difficult.
So it's apa motivation for you lah.
Yeah.
You just have to think that nanti kita tua macam mana tu je. Habis I pun selalu ingat, I selalu ingat my mother kalau makan pun macam you cakap tadi bersepah. Padahal dulu dia yang paling macam bersepah. Sekarang dia yang makan bersepah.
Correct. So sometimes it's not intentional. Ada perangai-perangai memang daripada dulu dia macam gitu. Sekarang dia berubah, dia tak tahu pun yang dia dah ubah. Right. So I feel like for us yang masih muda lagi, yang memang diberi peluang untuk jaga orang tua, it is not easy.
Definitely not
Memang tak senang, and sometimes kita akan terlepas cakap, kita akan marah, kita akan we might
Terkurang ajar pun lah.
yes, kita mungkin terkurang ajar, kita tak bermaksud. And actually Allah sebutkan tentang ni dalam Quran, tentang dealing with elderly, that sometimes you don't do things that you don't mean to do certain things. Allah tahu niat kita apa. Macam kadang-kadang you cakap, mak bukan macam gini lah, mak makan ubat lah. Pasal your suara mungkin tinggi sikit, then mak kecil hati. You don't mean it. You just want them to
Nak
be
baikkan
healthy.
dia.
Jadi Allah knows what is in your heart. And if you do good deeds, benda amal soleh,
You will never go
you turn back to Allah, istighfar, astaghfirullahalazim, tadi aku tertinggi suara, astaghfirullahalazim, mak aku kecil hati. Benda yang kita tak perasan kita buat, Allah Maha Pengampun. So if you ever feel that kadang-kadang you really cannot take it, you really feel like, oh my God, macam I cannot, just banyakkan istighfar and ask Allah to mend your heart, strengthen it and help you see things in a more positive light, and macam so that you can overcome day after day lah. Day after day.
I wonder whether sometimes these kind of things happen to make us do more. Maybe we're not doing enough. I mean, for me personally,
Maybe.
I mean, I've got friends who tell me that, maybe there are certain amalans that you can do to lembutkan hati orang. Things like that. Sometimes if things are really beyond your control, my mom always cakap, zikir kak. You know, there are certain things that you can keep on, you know, saying that if I
Amalkan,
cannot change the person, maybe Allah can change my heart.
Correct.
To be able to accept certain things. I mean, not about mother-in-law, anything in general, but this particularly for the sister who shared, maybe certain zikirs that can help her be at ease, to accept things, to know that all these things that you have to go through will not go unnoticed, you know?
Betul.
InsyaAllah.
Yeah. One last thing maybe, I like to tell myself that itu husband I punya mak. That's my husband's mother, and I love my husband. Correct. Okay. This husband that I have now is itu mak yang melahirkan dia.
Yang didik dia.
Kan? He came from her. So there must be goodness in her that produce this man that I love now. Jadi kita, ya Allah, curahkanlah kasih sayang ke dalam hati aku untuk mak mertua aku.
Macam indirectly,
You know, because you love your husband, right? You want the best for him also. So establishing this good relationship with mother-in-law also, it will be helpful for your marriage. I really believe that.
You mengalah in that sense might win you a bigger battle with your husband.
Yep,
in
correct.
that sense, I sometimes feel that certain things that I cannot get my way because of certain things, he might see it as, good that my wife do this. You might win a bigger battle with him, you know, regardless of the fact that you didn't get your way in the first place. So, inshallah, I'm sure your husband appreciates everything that you're doing for the mother.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows that it's not easy for you also. And he sees your patience. He sees your, trying to hold yourself together, keeping it together for the sake of your marriage, for the sake of respecting your husband and all. And macam Syai cakap tadi lah, kita susah sekarang. Kita tak tahu nanti in the future Allah bukakan pintu untuk kita rasa lapang, kita rasa luas, kita rasa berkat, kita rasa release of all this tension and all. One day when Allah sees that you deserve this and Allah bukakan.
InsyaAllah. Amin.
And lastly, jangan lupa gunakan khidmat Ainon untuk beli rumah yang ada tingkap. Jadi you boleh buka segala tingkap-tingkap yang ada.
Betul. InsyaAllah.
Automatic. Tingkap automatic.
You nak rumah yang macam mana? Face apa? Cakap dengan Ainon. Okay, don't forget to call her. Contact her.
Ainon pun mesti ada deal with cases yang macam
mother-in-law nak something.
I need a room for my mother-in-law. Macam mesti ada jugalah. I'm sure they have encountered.
Contact dia je lah. Yang penting korang contact dia. Itu saja. Kalau korang support kita, korang kena contact dia. Buat apa korang cakap korang support kita?
Kalau you contact dia, jangan lupa cakap Salam Sis yang suruh contact Ainon.
Ataupun you macam Salam Sis.
Yes.
Ainon should know lah siapa. Wow.
You macam registered dia Salam Sis tu.
Alright.
Okay. So
thank you for sending us the email. I think that was a very heartfelt email.
I hope you feel better after writing it out.
Yes.
And hopefully we have helped you to, I don't know.
InsyaAllah sis, you baru 9 tahun. Ada orang yang lebih lama. Kekalkan sabar. Doa banyak-banyak pada Allah. Kesedihan, kemarahan curah pada sejadah. Kadang-kadang cakap dengan suami pun dia tak dengar sangat. Dia masuk sini, keluar sini sebab dia sendiri pun overwhelmed. So you banyak kena sabar dan I believe that there is a rezeki yang you jaga orang tua dalam rumah you.
True.
I always believe in that too. Walaupun ia sangat mencabar, dua-dua merasa tercabar. I mean like you rasa fed up, you rasa mak mentua you tak fed up dengan you. Mak mentua you pun akan terasa. Definitely.
Dia asyik suruh aku nak buka tingkap je. Aku tak suka lah buka tingkap.
There must
Aku
be something
suka
that she
lah.
cannot say.
Aku dulu tinggal tempat winter, tak boleh buka tingkap. Habis nak buat apa? Kan you sabar je sis. Betul-betul. InsyaAllah.
Kita semua doakan you and all the other sisters out there who are struggling with mother-in-law battles. Okay, insyaAllah. One at a time, kita selalu doa.
Nanti kalau you dah tua, insyaAllah anak you akan tengok macam mana pengorbanan you dan dia pun akan insyaAllah jaga you. I always believe in that.
betul.
Itu salah satu benda yang keep me going lah. Macam ingat satu hari macam because my mother-in-law dia ada rumah sendiri. Tapi dia duduk dengan kita pasal my husband yang suruh. My husband nak jaga mak dia sebab dia anak satu seorang. Mak dia pun seorang diri. So dia rasa that is responsibility dia. Tapi mak dia tak nak. Mak dia decline in the beginning. Tapi dia macam nak jaga. Mak dia pun ikut. So bila I pun dikurniakan dengan kuasa Tuhan, satu je anak boy. Macam sama. So I harap anak I tengok sebagaimana yang kita ni mesti ada responsibility untuk jaga mak bapak kita. Macam itu jugalah dia jaga. Sebab kita tak tahu. Kita sekarang able. Kita tak tahu satu hari kita nyanyuk ke, dementia ke
Na'udzubillah,
apa.
na'udzubillah.
So kalau terjadi macam itu, semoga anak-anak ni pun ada ihsan lah kepada
InsyaAllah.
mak bapak, insyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
So we end today's episode with
Salam Sis.